What's up, folks? Tito here. So, doing the last haul. It's 10/19, New Year's Eve. You're probably like, what is this dude doing on New Year's Eve? I don't have a life. My daughters don't want to go anywhere, so we're just going to chill here. Just got back from Dallas. Did the New Year's Eve the marvelous New Year's Eve Geek Expo. And they headlined it with Stan Lee for his birthday. Not a whole lot of artists. I'm assuming maybe, 500 people? Really? Okay, about 500 people. The cool part, I don't know if anybody went to the Dallas Fan Expo earlier this year. Um, but really... Stan Lee was there. You also had Frank Miller and Todd McFarlane. And let me tell you, that line for Stan Lee was insane. I'm sure as it is at any other convention. However, in this convention, of course, you had a couple of variables, factors involved. New Year's Eve, and that's one thing I could think of. The artists, you had your same artist, your Neil Adams, Sam De La Rosa was there. Joe Rubenstein was there. Who else? And Sam Bisley. And the Zombie King, Arthur Sadum, I think is his name. So, I went there strictly for Rubenstein and Stan Lee. I'm just going to still upload this video. But when I go to the cons, I do two things. This big book right here, I just call it the big book. I actually found this book in half price for $15. It retails at $50, so one hell of a deal. It's a Jason Fabok book. There's two prints inside of it. I'll showcase this book on another video because it's actually pretty cool what's inside of it. So anyways, back to the comics. Joe Rubenstein and Sam Bisley was there, and I had a couple of raw books that I wanted to get signed by them. And mind you, all I do is just go through my boxes, find the books and the covers that I like, and then say, hey, alright, this is what I'm taking. Now what kind of irritates me, you had crap, I forgot the guy's name. The artist for The Crow, Walking Dead, I should say. And it's a 4-part series, and he was there, and I meant to bring that book, but I was so much in a rush that yesterday morning that I actually forgot it. So yeah, really irritated. Anyways, back to the books. So I go there, there's three things. If I have CGC books, I get them signed. If I have raw books on hand, I just bring them, get them signed. And then anybody who's worked on the Batman title, whether it be Batman Beyond to Batman versus Predator, Judge Dredd, anything basically with the Batman word in it, it gets signed. I have the artist, so I got some pretty cool artists in there. And again, I'll showcase it out at another video. But here goes the book. So I had Joe Rubenstein, Ortstein, correct me whenever, however you say it. I say Rubenstein. So Batman 422. Yeah, Stalin, Bright, and Rubenstein that actually worked on this book. And I couldn't make up my mind which book I wanted him to sign for my Superman side. And again, these are books that I had inside my boxes. I asked him, hey, which one would you sign? This one or my other one? You pick your poison. And the other one is this one right here. He actually chose to do this one, I'm pretty sure, because he actually worked on the cover for this. So he decided on this one. But this one, he was just like, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. And, you know, if you're talking prices, he charges $2 per signature and then $10 for CGCs. And as far as CGC is concerned, I had my Wolverine 1, the limited series, and Uncanny X-Men 266. I had them both signed by him and resubmitted. This time, if you remember from, I think it was actually my first haul video, well, not even my first video period, that book came back with a 6.0 grading. I looked it up, find the grader's notes, and a lot of it was pressable defects. You know, finger dents, waviness, a whole bunch of stuff that you can press out. Stan Lee was there, so I had Stan Lee sign the Wolverine book as well. So I had 3 signatures on that one: Claremont, Rubenstein or Stein, and then Stan Lee. And then I'm missing Frank Miller as well. Yep, Frank Miller as well. And then the last one was a Punisher 75. This is pretty cool. So this one's filled with signatures. You got Tom DeFalco up there, Rubenstein right here, Bisley, signed Bisley here, and then Steve Geiger right there. So a lot of folks got to sign this one. As far as a con, really simple, no lines. If you really wanted to do business, talking about business, there was only one comic vendor there. It was 3 floors. First floor was a couple of artists, and then you got exhibitors. Second floor was the celebrity area where, you know, all the celebrities were taking pictures, signing autographs, and then I guess you say the artist alley was also in that area as well. There was a 3rd floor, but I had no reason to go up there, so I can't really tell you what the 3rd floor was about. But yeah, you know, with Stan Lee, Rubenstein being there, one comic vendor, and he was legit sold out there. So I looked at some of his prices. I don't know if it was Comic-Con prices or if it was one vendor for convention prices, but I'm sure this dude made out. It's just crazy to me that only one comic vendor showed up. Again, factoring in New Year's Eve. But yeah, so what else? I got done with that. It was really cool. I mean, I was legit inside that con for probably about maybe 2.5 hours. Stanley was supposed to do a photo op at 4:30 in the afternoon, and nobody knew if he was going to go do signatures first, but he did do signatures, so nobody was in line. I stood there and talked to him for maybe 2 minutes before, I guess, his handlers, and that's a whole new subject, you know. That dude's a machine, you know. While I'm talking to him, he's talking to me back. You have his handlers pushing books, just pushing books on him, pushing them books. And he's signing. I'm trying to, you know, not get irritated, because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to actually meet Stan Lee, and not to have a line behind you. It's just you and him and his dumbass handlers. Sorry, I had a cuss, but they really did piss me off. You see, they pissed her off too, and she wasn't even there. So after that was done, I actually read in a con. Not a con. I was watching a video as I was driving back from Dallas, and yeah, sorry about that. A video, and they were talking about hold on, give me 1 second. I've fallen. I can't get up. All right. So I got the cards. Give me a second. I'm about to look it up. All right. Here are these guys right here. Anastasia's Collectibles. They were there. I guess they have exclusives with Stan Lee. Yeah. You know, I heard some bad stuff about them, but of course I haven't got my books back. But they were awesome. I mean, I actually spoke to Derek. He's the owner. I don't know if he goes to all the shows, have his employees go, but he was there, and me and him chit-chatted. We talked about my Wolverine 1 and seeing how we could get some of that stuff fixed, and he referred me to Rocket Comics for the pressing and cleaning. So that's where it's going. And then hopefully it has a nice little grade, but I'm assuming it will. This one I'm actually going to have my hopes up. Definitely not a 9.8, but at least an 8.5 or a 9.0, at least. Again, Dan was super cool, no issues. Don't know what happened to other folks. I guess I should speak more when I get my books back and what conditions. But as of right now, didn't have no issues. He did give me his card. I talked to him about Todd McFarlane. And now, you guys can correct me, but I don't know if it's just his team or McFarlane in general. But, you know, he relayed to me that McFarlane only does 2 signings a year. I'm assuming it's just for them. But the next one is going to be May 10th. Or have your books in by May 10th. And they'll have them pressed and prepped up for McFarlane. And I believe the other one is in November. So yeah. Definitely going to have some of my Spawn books go over there. And a lot of my books can go there. And from what Dan was saying, it's going to cost $50, I think $50 per signature. So it's going to be a lot of money. I'm going to start saving. But anyways, yeah. After the con was done, I decided to stop at Half Price Books and find out what we have. All of these were half covered. So this one was $1.75. Nope, $1.50. $1.50. Batman, Superman. $1.50. $1.50. $1.50. And this one was $2. So that was the most expensive one. Anyways, so just want to throw that out there. Last haul, some Comic Con talk. Total of 5 hours driving, 6 hours driving. Everybody enjoy their New Year's. Have fun and don't get in trouble.